What's going on, brother? Today we're going to talk about how your lifestyle is actually making you depressed. And if you're new here, my name's Gino, and for the last 12 years of my life, I've been a men's fitness and personal development coach, helping hundreds of men just like you build their first 25 pounds of muscle. I'm sure you're wondering, Gino, you're a muscle building specialist, so what is your opinion on depression, right? Why are you qualified to talk about that? Well, for the simple fact is this. For the last 12 years, I've worked as a coach. Working with people intimately one-on-one, you get to see a lot of moods and a lot of traits and a lot of limiting beliefs that come out of people when you're working with them over a long period of time. One of those things being depression. So I have become a student of human nature, and I've seen things that both positively and negatively affect depression in terms of fitness. So I'm going to go over 3 of those things today. But first, what I want you to understand is that depression is a low energy state of the body. It's just when the body's like, dude, I'm feeling down in the dumps, right? I want to sit inside my bed all day. I want to fucking cry. I just want to sit there and eat something shitty because I'm sad, right? Like, depression is a low energy state of the body, and you can do some things to actually address it and to impact it in a positive way. And those 3 things are going to be, number 1, nutrition. Okay, nutrition is huge, guys, because I want you to think about something. If I were to ask you where you think depression comes from, you're probably going to say the brain, right? Well, let's go with that theory for a second. Let's say depression comes from your brain, right? Where is your brain? It's in your body, dude, right? So all the things that you eat or don't eat will actually affect your brain, okay? So you want to make sure that you're eating enough and you're eating well, because one of the leading causes of depression nutritionally is vitamin deficiencies. Your body doesn't get the supplies it needs to manufacture the things that you need. So you end up being in a low state, okay? Remember what I said, low energy state is depression, okay? So we also lower all the brain chemicals, right? So say you're not getting enough protein. Protein actually helps create dopamine, serotonin, all of these brain chemicals that make you feel good, sense of accomplishment, right? The things that combat the depression, okay? And if you have vitamin deficiencies, your brain is not going to be able to manufacture those, okay? Same thing with low-calorie diets. You got the bro that's fucking eating the chicken and broccoli meals 4 times a day, right? And he's been shredding for the last 6 months. You know what happens when you have a low-calorie diet? You don't just take away energy from your muscles and your fat. You take away energy from your entire body. All of your organs, including your brain, okay? So your brain's getting less energy now, dude. What do you think it's going to do? It's going to slow the fuck down. It's going to make you feel a little bit depressed, like you want to go crawl back into your bed. You're like, I don't want to do shit today, right? So low calories will actually influence that depression in a negative way, okay? So we want to make sure that we don't stay away from that, because otherwise our body's going to be, what the fuck is going on, dude? I don't have all the supplies I need, right? And on top of that, I'm not eating enough food. What do you want me to do? I'm tired. I can't move, right? So don't work against your body. You want to work with your body. Make sure that you're eating a whole food diet and that you're eating enough for your body type, okay? The second thing that's going to influence depression in terms of fitness is going to be your movement and posture. Now look, movement's a given, right? You're sad, you're feeling down in the dumps, you go outside for a walk, right? You skip down the street, you come back home, you feel better. Why? Because something physically taxing has been rewarding you now with the feel-good hormones, okay? You did something physically taxing, now your body's like, dude, here you go. I dished something out for you. Feeling good, you're getting some dopamine spikes. So the movement's a given, right? Just move around a little bit, it'll break up some of that depression for you, okay? But the posture, you're probably like, Gino, what about the posture? What do you mean by that? Okay, let me ask you a quick question, okay? If I were to show you a picture, or even demonstrate on me, right? If I went like this, and I was just walking around all day, just, like this, my shoulders down, me looking at the ground. If you looked at me in public, what would you say about me? How would you describe me? You would say, that dude looks depressed, right? He looks fucking depressed. Look at him. He's staring at the ground, fighting gravity, right? That's because my posture is telling you that. So we can agree now that posture is significant to basically paint a picture of how somebody is thinking and feeling. Am I right? And this is called bioenergetics. This is actually a field of psychiatry. The brain doctors, because they've discovered something. Coincidentally, your body and your mind affect one another. Wouldn't you know? So when you have a bad posture, it's going to fuck you up in the head, right? I want you to think about the old sayings, right? Put your chest up to be confident. Why does your body's posture matter to be confident? Because of this, bioenergetics. Dr. Alexander Lowen and Wilhelm Reich, two psychiatrists, basically discovered that your body and your mind are connected. And that when you do therapy with people, you need to make sure you take their body into account, the way that they breathe, the way that their posture is. Because that will change the way that they experience their reality psychologically, okay? You're not sitting down defeated like this. You're up top, just like this, nice and confident, okay? So your posture actually affects depression, dude. Wouldn't you know? The last thing I have on here is lack of entertainment or mental stimulation. Guys, this is actually a big one, right? Especially today. If you don't have any type of entertainment in your day, you know, you got the type A personalities, all you got to do is work, dude. Fucking work to the bones, right? You know, work your fingers off and then work extra, right? Don't do anything to enjoy yourself, man. You know, life's about a fucking destination. You know, you can't have fun along the way. You got to keep fucking working, right? You know what happens to those people? They have what you call a midlife crisis. They have emotional collapse. They get depressed. Why? Because they don't have any fucking entertainment. Their life is robotic, right? They're not doing anything that has color and zest that makes them feel good, that they're passionate about. They're just working every single day and doing nothing different. Doing nothing for themselves that they actually enjoy, okay? So lack of entertainment will be a big contribution to depression. We want to make sure that you're doing something to pass the time, dude. You know, don't be doing nothing. And also mental stimulation. Okay, mental stimulation is also a big one because say you're getting a lot of entertainment, right? You're pressing the fucking buttons, playing the video games, you're like, yeah, fucking killing people, right? Here's what the problem is with that, is if you get too much entertainment, you're not gonna have enough time for mental struggle, for mental stimulation, to actually be putting your brain in positions to where you're doing something that's complex, solving problems, doing puzzles, right? You need some mental stimulation. And without that mental stimulation, your brain's gonna get bored, dude. Even though you're doing something for entertainment, it's going to get bored because you're not doing anything difficult to challenge it. Your brain requires challenge for evolution, okay? So you need to be doing something that challenges you mentally. I have another psychiatrist down here called Viktor Frankl. So he basically lived through the Holocaust, right? He was a Jew. He lived through the Holocaust. He was inside of Auschwitz. You know, he got out. He became a psychiatrist, right? And what he found out is witnessing all those people in the concentration camps and his clients or his patients, you know, in the outside world of psychiatrists, Viktor Frankl actually noticed that boredom causes more mental illness than distress does. Dude, did you just hear what I said? Boredom causes more mental illness than distress. So being stressed isn't as bad as being bored. That's fucking crazy. Right? So that means being bored is making you fucking depressed, dude. You need to get that shit fixed, okay? So if you're getting depressed, maybe you have a lack of entertainment, a lack of mental stimulation, you know, maybe your movement is really low, maybe you have poor posture, and maybe you're not eating good foods, okay? So look, if you guys like this video and you want to see more like it, go ahead and hit the like button down below for me, and go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel.